Here I have my iPhone 11 Pro Max, and as you can see, it's in this OtterBox sleeve, which used to have a clip and everything on it, but I dropped it and broke the clip portion of this case. So basically, I need a new case. Let's get to it. I started by tracing my cell phone on some graph paper and getting a basic idea of what I wanted. Next, it was time to go to the leather shop and pick out a piece of leather that would accommodate both of these parts of this design. By now you know the drill. Time to cut out a couple shapes. I'm also going to mark and punch out all my stitch lines and a couple spots where I'm going to add some rivets. So this is what I'm working with so far, my two main pieces and then all my little straps. This will be my belt loop, this will be my keeper for my closure strap, and then this will be my closure strap when I finish it. I'll kind of show you how this is going to go together. Got the back, it's going to fold over, and then I'll have this closure strap here, something like this. And I'll cut this to size when I finally determine exactly how long I need it to be. But that's my basic design so far. Time to bevel all the edges and get this thing under dye. I'm happy with the consistency of my dye job. All the pieces match. Time to put it together. Custom projects require custom fitting, but I'm not going to do all my custom fitting with my phone. So I went ahead and cut this little template here out of a piece of wood, and as you can see, it's the exact same size as the phone. It's the exact same thickness of the phone and the exact same length, all the way down to the other end. This little piece of wood is going to help form this leather project and keep me from trashing my phone in the process. Here's our project so far. You can see I have the belt loop on the back, some stitching across the bottom. I used a cross stitch baseball style stitch, and I've riveted the strap keeper on the front. There we go. Everything's coming along pretty nice. Just got to go ahead and sew it down the sides. Here you can see the first live test fit. The phone fits in there perfectly. Stitching down the side is complete, stitching across the bottom is complete, and all the way down this side and on the back. Coming along nicely. Those little corners there, I'm going to take those off, shape those the way the top is shaped. And then our strap is going to fit down through here. And the flap across the top will come down something like this. I just need to custom fit it, mark it, and decide how I'm going to attach it. Probably with rivets. I don't feel like doing any more sewing on this. So here we go. The basic design is done. I riveted that keeper strap in place. And as you can see, the phone's inside of there, fits perfectly. And this is the basic base design. I am not sure if I'm 100% satisfied with it yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually headed out to the grocery store in a couple minutes. I'm going to strap this on my belt, basically take it for a little test drive, see how I like it. We'll kind of go from there. So after wearing it out and about, I've decided to make a couple alterations to it. I'm going to extend this top flap here. I want something that comes down just a little bit further, closer to that keeper. So what I've decided to do is make something that's going to match this template here. Let me show you how this is going to work. I'm going to cut out a piece of leather and then fit it under here like this, just to extend that top flap. I'm going to use this really thin leather that I have here. And I think if this works out right, it's actually going to make this pop a lot more. I think it's going to increase the design value. We'll see. Here's my template. Here's my new piece of leather cut out. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and give it a test fit. This is exactly what I was looking for, something to extend that top flap down a little bit further. I think this is going to work out. Let's take this to the dye station and see if I can match the color. Well, the color matched really good, and here's another test fit. I found these 12 gauge rivets that were in the bottom of my leather working kit. I might put those over in the corners like that. We'll see. Just something else to add a little bit more flair to this design. It's time for that final commitment of gluing this new flap into place. So here's version 2.0 of this cell phone case, and I certainly think it pops a lot more than the original design. So I think all I have left to do is wax it up and shoot a couple final pictures for you. Keep in mind, anytime you're doing a project like this, it needs to be considered a work in progress. Never be afraid to make alterations or improve your design on the fly. So here's the final finished cell phone case. As you can see, it's all waxed up. I think it looks pretty good. You can see the stitching down the side there. Again, stitching across the bottom. Stitching down this side. Let's take a look at the back, that belt loop. Looking good. Fits very nicely on the belt I use. And I guess the last thing we need to do is put the cell phone inside. Open it up. You can see how I attached that flap. You saw that I glued that in, and now it's also riveted in. Take the cell phone, slide it in there, slip our strap under there, and we're done. Well, this was a really fun one-day project that I think anybody with a little bit of time and initiative could accomplish basically in that same time frame. So there you go. Hopefully this video gave you some ideas of how to make your own cell phone case. If it did, a couple little things just popped up on the screen, and you can feel free to do any of those down below. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And maybe, just maybe, I'll see you on the next video. If you enjoy videos about the randomness of our amazing world, consider clicking on the globe to subscribe, or maybe checking out one of the other videos right here.